Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, Miami. Oh, sorry, Miami Dolphin fans. I had the wrong sound on there. Good morning, Sunday morning. It is game day. Good morning, Jonathan Cago. If I screwed up the name, I probably it's really Cago, Ego. I don't know. I'm horrible with names, but Jonathan, I have. But anyway, fins up. It's game day. Not only is it game day, it's Buffalo Bills game day up in Orchard Park. Up to face the Buffalo up there. We need to beat Buffalo Bills, Steve. I know we're 3-0 and it's not a must win by any means, but from a Dolphin standpoint, it'd be great to show we can go up there because this is a team that we've been building to beat because not that
Mhm.
you build to beat a single team, but you build to beat the best in your division because that's the first step to get to the playoffs. So we've done everything to get ahead of Buffalo. Today's the day that we have to beat them on their turf.
No, I agree 100%, Rob. You've said it. I think we both agree. This is a statement game. This will be a statement game, and Miami needs to go up there and they need to make a statement.
No, I agree. They just need to play really well. They played well both games up there last year. Either game could have gone either way, but we came out on the short side by a field goal in each of those contests. So it's time to get over that little hurdle and take the next step and go up there and beat them. And I just feel like it'll be a great step because I feel like this Dolphins team is that team. And if we lose as the season's over, no, far from it because it's a long season. They still got a lot of tough games left. We still got a lot of tough games left, and it could come very well come down to the final week of the season when we host these same Buffalo Bills on the final week, winner take all. So it's not over, but it would just really add because I'm already getting a little confident. Even though I always tell you I'm that fan that always waits for that other shoe to drop because it's just like every
Yeah.
time I get a little hopeful. The past 2 decades, they do something just to say, well, that's the Dolphins. So I just hope they
Yeah,
go up
no,
there,
I know what you mean.
smack Buffalo in the mouth, and come back to South Florida with a W.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
hey, Finn Daddy, Dougie B, Finn's 35, Bills. Hey, I would take that twice today. I was gonna say any day of the week and twice on Sunday, but today's Sunday, so I would take that beautifully. That is great.
Mhm.
So, and a cool logo there, man. A little Star Wars combined with Dolphin is always a good thing. So that's cool stuff. And Ender, don't think I didn't see you sneak in. RL, don't think I didn't see you sneak in. Good morning and fins up to all of you guys. So, Steve, it's been a long time. 2016 is the last time that the
That's right.
Miami Dolphins, that was Adam Gase's first year. So that's like two coaching administrations ago since the last time we've beaten the Bills up there. So it's
Mhm.
time to get that W up there because they've come down to us and beat us. Last year we finally beat them down here.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has a good record overall though against us. So it's time to
Mhm.
start turning the table and get some W's up there, Steve.
I agree. But also, and I know a lot of folks don't like to hear this, but Josh Allen has good record against the Vic Fangio defense.
Yeah, I know. You had
So
pointed that out in another show
the
on
the
Dolphins
good thing
Thirsty too.
is Vic Fangio has played against him, so by now he should have been able to adjust and figure out how. And this is one of the keys to the game as well is how to contain um, Josh Allen.
Yeah, no,
That's one of the keys to the game today is containing Josh Allen.
no, for
And
sure. Because where he's beating us a lot is with his legs. You think you have
yes.
him like sacked, and somehow he bounces off and scrambles
Mhm.
for like 16 yards for a first down. So it's
Mhm.
crazy. Let's
Yeah,
see, Scott.
absolutely. Absolutely.
This is a biggie, Scotty. 100% correct. And good morning to you, Scotty. And then it's just it's definitely one that the team. I'm sure the teams always say, "Oh, we don't circle us 1 week at a time," and that's good. But these division rivals are a little extra special. I'm into them because they know they're critical. They know it's like a 2 game swing. It's a
Yes.
2 game swing when you face the head because not only do you win the game, you make them lose a game, and then you get the head-to-head advantage over them. So it's like so many factors involved in where you circle this game.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, you wanna beat your your interconference,
Yeah.
rivals. You definitely wanna win those games. I actually had the, Miami Dolphins, uh, splitting with each of their conference games, but the way that they've been playing now, I've kinda changed my tune on that. In fact, I was thinking that, the Miami Dolphins may go up there in Orchard Park and lose this Buffalo game. But I'm with you, Rob. I'm feeling very confident with this team right now. I just feel great about what Mike McDaniel is doing with this offense. Vic Fangio, he's still a work in progress with the defense, but I think it's going to be fixed.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you really think about it, the Denver Broncos, they only scored 13 points on our defense.
No, I know.
You
Yeah, I
know,
know
the
because
other.
that one kickoff. And good
Mhm.
morning, Kelly. Fins up to you and happy Sunday to you as well. But yes, they only scored the 13 in the beginning. Like I rewatched the game because I'm a nerd this time. It was too much fun. I was at the game, so I wanted to hear
Right.
Harlan. So they played the abbreviated version of it, where it just moves quick on the NFL Network this week, and I watched it again. And yeah, so they did make some plays in the beginning of the game against us, but then we did tighten up. And I don't know how
Yep.
much just Denver was defeated mentally at that point. Who knows? But the defense did, show a little bit better. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's and the Broncos have weapons and they have, whatever you want to say with Russell Wilson is either he's past his prime or he can still be good and he's still decent,
Yeah.
and we did well against them. So I mean, I know
Well,
when we score 70 points and we did create turnovers, that was nice.
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
when you score 70 points, it kinda overlooks anything the defense does, but, the defense
Mhm.
did set us up for a couple of those easy
Oh,
scores.
absolutely, absolutely, and to be quite honest, Russell Wilson didn't have a bad game. Those weren't his fault. The 2 fumbles, that wasn't his fault. I mean, he got the ball to his receivers, and the receivers fumbled. So he did have a decent game. I mean, everybody's criticizing Russell Wilson, but that's here and there. Let's talk about this game this week.
Right,
To get back to my point, I had the Miami Dolphins splitting with the interconference games. New England, the Jets, and Buffalo.
right.
But for right now, this game definitely. I see the Miami Dolphins winning this game in Orchard Park. Now the Jets are totally, it's a different team now without Aaron Rodgers. They got
No, for
Zach
sure.
Wilson. The defense is still pretty good. Um, New England, we went up there in New England and we beat New England. We didn't dominate that game by far, but we beat New England. So
No, up there, so we got the tough New
we
England
got
game
the
out of the
tough
way because
games out of the way.
we normally played them well here, That doesn't
Hmm.
mean just because it's gonna happen again this year, but we
Right.
normally played them well here,
Right.
and so I agree with you 100%. We got 1 division win on the road up there, so if we can go and get our 2nd division win, both being on the road, then we're really ahead of the curve from where I thought we would be at this point, so it'd
That's
be
my point. That's my
yeah.
point. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
5-1, and well, I just hope today is not the one, Scotty. 5 I would love I would take right now, I would say, "Give me that 5-1," and I would say 5, and if it is today, then I know we're good the rest of the way, so I guess I could live with that, Scotty.
Yeah.
I could live with that. So, but, I mean, division games are tough. The and let's see, there he goes. But I would take it though, Scotty. That's beautiful. Let's see. And he wants I want to we got a shout out here to Dolph Freaky, aka Ollie, and she's the Dolphin fan of the year this past year, and she's over there in the Southwest Florida Dolphin Club. So good stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
tell them all about Dolphins thirsty over there today, and tell them to tackle that subscribe button if you think we earned it today, sir. That'd be great. So, and give that thumbs up for us too. But anyway, Steve, yeah, I just feel like we have a really good chance, which is saying a lot for me
Mhm.
because normally I look at that going up to Buffalo. Even though last year we played them very tough, but I thought we were going to lose that game last year because we had lost to the 49ers. We had lost to the Chargers, and I just thought we were kind of spiraling down. We went up there. Yes, we battled them tough, but we came out on the short side. But all week I was thinking, oh, we're going to lose this game. This is the first Bills week where I actually have confidence going into the game. I'm thinking, man, this Dolphins team is,
Yeah.
if they play well and don't beat themselves and avoid the turnovers, it looks like the football gods looking down on us. It looks like the weather's going to be nice today up there. So it's just like there's no excuse. This is a year to boom, Buffalo. This is
No,
the
absolutely. This is ideal for Miami Dolphins to do it up there. Like you said, it's great weather today. So that's going to have no bearing on this game today.
yeah. No, it's going to be. It should be a good game. I mean,
Mhm.
I know we're all spoiled. We're not going to score 70 points every week, unfortunately. But if we can get into the 30s, we're going to win this game. 20s is going to be a defensive battle, and I feel like a defensive battle. I know I hate to say defensive battle in the 20s, but with these two teams, they both have good offense, but we don't want a defensive battle because the Bills defense is a little bit ahead of the Dolphins defense. You want to get them into a scoring and make Josh Allen start making some mistakes because that's the one thing where Josh Allen
Yep.
sometimes is not the elite quarterback. He can be prone to making mistakes if you make him make a lot of throw after throw after throw. If you let him scramble around and gain big yards running and hitting the short little passes and whatever, but if you try to get him to fall, I got to get the ball downfield. That's when he can make some mistakes. So you kind of
Yeah.
want to get him into that mindset.
Yeah, it's not
So
enough to rattle Josh Allen, and it's not enough to put pressure on him. We have to contain him.
no, that's where we've lost. He was because last year we didn't even have a run 100-yard, but the quarterbacks killed us last year. The
Yeah.
running backs didn't even gain 100-yard. This year, our run defense doesn't seem as solid as it did last year. But before, most of last year, the only guys that had 100 yards on us was like Lamar Jackson and some of these running quarterbacks. And Allen
Yep.
always finds a way to at least have one big run against us that just kind of boom,
Yep.
hurts us. You think you got to bring him down. He's so big. I don't know how many times we get him back there, and you think we have him sacked, and we start, and then the next thing you know, he spins out of the tackle and he runs 10 yards for a freaking first down. It's so frustrating to a defense,
It
you
is.
know.
It is.
So,
It is.
and hey, good morning, Adam. Good morning, Card Fin 68. So good morning to all of you. But yeah, just contain him, and make him beat you with his arm. He's good though. I mean, there's no bashing. I mean, he is one of the top level quarterbacks in the
Oh,
NFL.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But with that said, he can be prone to throwing the interception, and that's what
Yes.
we got. We have to try to get some turnovers today. It
Yeah.
helped us last week against Denver, but of course, Denver's outlier because we just I was like when you scored how many points, it doesn't look good. But that's what you need. Kind of have that defense in mind where they created what I think 4 turnovers, like 3 fumbles and
Yeah.
an interception,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
Javon Holland forced 2 of those fumbles. So that's
Mhm.
what you have to look for. That's making an optimistic defense opportunity, take advantage of those opportunities, make Josh Allen beat himself, and put some points on the board early. Make them change their game because they're going to want to keep the ball away from us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's another key to the game. You hit the nail on the head. Is we need to pull away for them real quick. We need to score first, and we need to stay ahead of Buffalo. And to be honest, I believe it's nice to see this explosive offense and a quick hitting offense. I like that. That's great. But I'm afraid to say against the Buffalo Bills, I think we're going to need more of a balanced attack, unless we're winning by 3 touchdowns,
yeah,
I think a balanced attack is going to be the key to beating this club.
yeah, we've been balanced over the past couple of weeks.
We
We've
have.
been
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the Chargers game was basically an air raid,
Hmm.
but since then You gotta think you're the one that had the stats. It was exactly 50-50 against the Patriots,
That's right.
50% pass, 50% run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this last week, we could have done whatever we wanted against the Broncos. We could have almost
Yeah.
run the ball every single time and beat them, or we could
Yeah.
have passed the ball every single time and beat them. But it was still a pretty good mix. When you get over 300 yards passing, over 300 yards rushing, that's a great mix. So I agree.
Mhm.
Hey, good morning. Oh, I love it when we get some Facebook people. Good morning, Gregory King. And yes, of course, on D, we need, of course. I knew what you meant. Yeah, I know you're not that crazy. So, yes. And yes, that's another thing, another key. Get off the field on third down. So many times it seems like the Dolphins give
Yeah.
up that. Not so much this year, maybe, but we give up that third and long. Oh, the Finn Sports Talk Network, guys. Good network. If you don't follow them, make sure you go and follow the Finns Talk Sports Network. After us, they will have a pregame show today as well. So you get double dose of Dolphin fun coverage. But anyway, Steve. So yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, this is just feels like the year. As you can see, I'm excited. I went fishing this morning. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I live in South Florida, so I can run out and fish real quick and get back for the show here today. Yeah, and I caught some large. I just did freshwater fishing, caught a lot of largemouth bass, and the Dolphins are going to have a large win today. So this is, this is. I just feel like I'm mouthy and all that, so it's all good. But yes,
Hey,
but the
folks.
defense does. The
Folks in the
defense.
chat, please, as you're coming in the chat, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, I know Rob would appreciate if you go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get Rob up to 500. He's close. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Again, like, share also with your friends, your families, your neighbors, everybody. Share with everybody. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Steve. I forget to do that a lot, so thank you so much.
Sure.
But I'm really excited for today, as you can see. And then as I almost lose track of what I wanted to talk about, like where the defense really needs to step up, do well, because the offense has been the golden boy so far this year. Because even in the New England game, the defense were there. It came down to the end where we had to hold on for inches by dear life, and it's time. But hey, the two drives, they had to get a stop against the Chargers and they had to get a stop against the Patriots, and they did both of those games. So kudos to them on that. But I just don't
Absolutely.
want to have that today. I hope we got a big enough lead where we're not counting on them to come up
Mhm.
with a stop at the end. But if
Mhm.
they do, I hope they do it. That's the thing. And I hope Kristen Wilkins starts playing a little bit better, because I know some numbers say he's doing okay, and then others saying he's falling off on his production from what he's had in the past. So I don't know how's his pro football focus. Have you been on that, Steve? Normally, I know
Yeah, he's playing below
normal
his
standard.
normal standard. He
Yeah,
needs to step it up, as well as Zach Zeeler. The best player on our defense right now has been, I mean, on the line has been Andrew Van Ginkel,
yeah. No,
and
he has. Van Ginkel's been really good. I
yeah,
mean,
he's been a beast, and he's not only been great on the on stopping the getting to the passer and putting pressure, but he's been real good at setting the edge, and also he's very good in pass coverage because in this
which is
Vic Fang,
surprising because that was
yeah,
what they thought was going to be his weakness, and they
yeah, in
said,
this Vic Fangio defense, the edge rushers, the edge guys are, they call them edge guys or linebackers. Van Ginkel and Chubb, they need to go back there and cover receivers as well.
No, they
So
do
it's
because they drop. I mean, it's a
Mhm.
mismatch when that happens, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But sometimes they do drop back there, and their main goal is try to get in the passing lane and
yeah,
stuff. So
absolutely,
because they're not
absolutely.
because covering a receiver on one on one is fool's gold. But you got to just get in that passing lane, and that's
Hmm.
their. You are 100% right on that, Steve. And I know Scotty, if you're still in here, we don't have Jalen Phillips, so his 15 for 15 is looking a little shaky unless he gets back healthy real quick. But Andrew Van Ginkel, he can step in that role, fill in nicely. Chubb,
Hmm.
we still got Chubb. They brought
Hmm.
up Winovich. I was
Winovich.
probably, yeah, Winovich. I'm probably going to mess it. They brought him up. And so he may get a little bit of action because when you lose someone at that position, you got to move someone up. So
He might be
hopefully,
part of the rotation. He's a
yeah,
veteran. He's played before. He played with the Patriots,
yeah,
so he has some experience, and we might see him in the rotation as well.
yeah,
And also another point I wanted to make, Rob, is you mentioned Christian Wilkins, and we talked about Zeeler and Van Ginkel and all those guys. That's going to be another key to this game today. Is these guys need to step up in the trenches, and they need to get to Josh Allen. Not only contain him, but also rattle him and put the pressure on him as well. So getting winning that battle in the trenches is going to be a big key to this game as well.
yes, I know that is Scotty. I agree. Sorry, Steve. Good point again by
Mhm,
you, Steve.
mhm.
Um, yeah, that was a surprise because I hadn't even heard anything. And then when I was on my way to the Dolphin game last week, I heard he was on the inactive list. And I'm like,
Right.
why is he on the inactive list? Because he had started doing some contributions to the team. And then there was like rumors getting out that he had gotten injured in practice, maybe. But it turns out it's some prior injury history he's had back from his college days, dealing with his neck. So that's why they call it the non-football injury. So it may be football, but I guess it didn't happen in a Dolphins activity. So they called it a non-football. So that is a puzzler, Scotty. That's how I look at it too. It's just like we heard nothing about it, and then all of a sudden he's just on that list. So it's just
And
really strange.
that's a good point Scotty's making too about Isukama. He's
Yeah,
also a premier blocker for us as well, along
I
with
know, and we
Craycraft.
lost Craycraft, who's
Yeah,
a good blocker in that.
yeah. Mhm,
Let's see. Maybe it's the best side with caution on Phil. Yeah, it is. That's why they're
mhm,
putting him there because of the oblique injury. They
mhm.
didn't put him on the injured reserve, so that's a good sign that they think he's going
Right,
to be back before four
right.
weeks. Because now Craycraft were lost for 4 weeks at least.
That's
You
the
know.
same injury that Jalen Waddle had earlier
Yeah, I know.
in
Yep,
the
it is.
training camp.
Yep,
Mhm.
I know. It's weird the oblique injury. Yep. And then, but yeah, it's just, and unfortunately, I have not heard anything about Cameron Good. Did he do anything with him, or
I
because he
think he's
can't act?
activated. He is
Oh,
activated today.
oh, he is okay. So
Yeah, he is
there,
activated today.
thank you, because I was out fishing today and I didn't see it last night. My son and I started to watch some Spider-Man movies last night, so I didn't even watch too much college football last night. So, but so Good activated too. Not worried about Phillips as
Mhm.
AZ plays it. Yeah, I agree, needs more production. But so Good. So did they find he's on the active roster now?
He's on
Because
their
I know they had run.
active roster
Okay,
today. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
how did they make the move for that? Did they do any other course, or did that go with? Because I know, where did they find the open spot? Because they couldn't just activate him from the practice squad anymore. They lost that
Right.
because they did too many moves. So I don't know.
Right.
Maybe
Well,
New Finland can tell
we
me. I
know.
would go look it up. I was just curious about. I
Yeah.
was going to ask you about that.
Well, we know
So
Craycraft is on the injured reserve, so that's one roster spot.
yeah, but I
Um.
was figuring that might be
Yeah.
chosen, say a receiver for a receiver, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, then another roster spot for. Oh, yeah, then another roster spot for, EZ because he's on the
Easy.
non
Right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
And then Phillips is gonna be inactive this week, so
Right.
that Winovich fills his spot basically, coming off the
Mhm.
practice squad. So, alright, no, that's cool. Same to you. Thank you, and thank you, Newfoundland. You helped bring some news to the channel. Thank you. Steve knew, but I didn't know. I meant to ask him before, but both Steve and I were having computer problems this morning before the show started. Steve's camera's a little off, he says. That's why the coloring's a little. But the good thing is, we still see his pretty mug, and we hear his hear his manly voice give his football opinions.
Uh,
So
Nobody
we're all
wants to see
good.
my pretty mug.
If they brought up Good, they had to sign him to the 53, but we just had two guys gone on, so plenty of room. Yes, thank you, Scotty. That's what I was thinking. I know that's what I'm going to be curious on that too. I haven't seen the list today. It should be coming out any minute by the Dolphins and stuff, probably.
Mhm.
I know it's what 90 minutes before kickoff is when they have to have it in or
Oh,
something like.
I know what I wanted to make mention.
Oh, hey,
Ter-
Cap for life.
Terran Armstead was still questionable. I guess that's still a game time decision, or has anybody else heard if he's activated
I
to play
heard he said
today?
he was going to play. He told
He
Barry
did.
Jackson in an article
Okay.
that I'm planning on playing.
Okay.
So,
I know he
now
was still
sometimes the
questionable.
coaches staff would deactivate someone if they think, to save themselves, as they call it. But he said he was planning on playing, so I'm assuming he's going to play.
Okay, that's
So.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't good Missy and good morning, Missy, if he had any. Last week was awesome, but just to say, yes, that's the word that Steve and I use, Cap. That is the word we use. It's definitely a statement game.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, DG Live, man. Good morning, sir. Welcome to you too. Another great channel, guys. Check out DG Live. He has all kinds of good dolphin video he puts out there. And make sure when you look him up here on the YouTube, you add an extra E at the end of live because he is excellent. So, but anyway, Steve, I just don't know, man. I just really feeling a little bit confident. I just really do, man. I just like it.
Yeah.
Can't really break it down why from a football perspective because it's more or less the same as last year. But I just feel like year 2 of McDaniel, we're in another level. And I just feel like we're just ready to do it. And I feel like if we're running well this year, we're not going to go away from the run. The clock management has to be better. This is probably going to be the loudest stadium. No, New England was loud, but this is going to be the loudest. So some of those signals that we try to get out there, before all that motion, we got to be a little more crisp, make sure we don't have delay of games and that we don't have to burn timeouts, especially in the second half. Because last year, the clock management, and then stop the running game and the regular season game up there, clock management in the playoff game, it was just awful. So hopefully we
Yeah.
got those kinks worked out, and we
I think
just
we
we
did. I
do
think
well.
we did, Rob. I think, in fact, I think Mike McDaniel probably hired, or I believe he hired somebody in the offseason to help him out with that as well.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think, I heard something like that. But yeah, I don't think we're going to have a problem with the clock management. And I know now, here's one thing I'm still not happy about is they had 6 penalties last week. I'd like to see them, work on that
Yeah,
a little
clean
bit
that
this week.
up.
Yeah,
Because
clean
it
that up
didn't
for
burn
sure.
us last week. We kept on overcoming those
Yeah,
penalties and scored anyway, but normally that's
yeah.
not going to happen. Normally
Right,
those penalties come to
right,
bite you in the butt.
right,
Last week
right.
we overcame those penalties.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say was Connor Williams. That's the other one that was questionable. I don't know if that's a game time decision as well. So,
Hey, there's our Michael K with a new little logo. But I know I heard you, Steve. I thought he'd be up in a deer stand right now or something because he was saying it was opening day hunting season up in the New York area. So I'm surprised he had time to join us. But yeah, stinking car. So who was the game time decision? Did you say, Steve?
Connor Williams was still
Okay,
questionable. The last that I read on Friday, I believe it was.
okay, there you
So,
go.
Friday or Saturday, I don't remember. But he, I know he was injured in the last game as well, groin injury. So we'll see how that goes with Connor Williams as well. If not, it looks like Liam Eichenberg is going to be our center, which I'm not too fond of.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, I know. Hey, but Eichenberg, they said played okay last week. Other I know he had a penalty that you said in the
Well,
game, but
yeah. I mean, look, he came in. He came in towards the end of the game. There, I mean,
yeah,
the defense. We already dismantled the
yeah, I know,
Denver defense, so I wouldn't put too much stock on Eichenberg playing against the Denver
I
defense
know.
when they were already
I
worn
know.
down.
It's just, oh
Yeah,
man, and that was the one injury that we said. I know Connor has some issues with his snapping,
but he's
but
still a number 3 center in this league.
no, he's very good. I
He's-
know. That's what I said. And that was the one injury that you said at the beginning of the season.
right,
There's a few people, and one of them you're saying, please, Connor Williams, don't get hurt because we have nothing behind him. Because at least some of the other positions, we got some people behind some people. But
right,
that's the one guy that we didn't really have great anyone that you have confidence in. And lo and behold, he's a little bit banged up with a groin. Hopefully, he plays because I'd rather have him in there. And if he can't stop filling it, then you have to go to Eichenberg, whatever. But I'm hoping he can play. I'm hoping he's
yeah,
active and he's not one of those names that's on
yeah,
the inactive list.
yeah,
I'm assuming if he's on the active list, he's going to be, you know,
He's
is,
gonna play, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Fraser. I know, Scotty. Just like you're 15 for 15, I'm going to know this kid, Fraser, West Virginia center. I haven't watched much college football. Even though there was some good game, the Gators got beat yesterday. I was watching some of that. And then I said, well, I'm not the diehard Gator fan like I am Dolphin. So when it got ugly, I went out and did some fishing again. Take advantage of the off the let's see.
Hey,
And
Rob, was your fish this big?
yeah, hey, yeah, you might as well since you guys don't see it. I might as well tell you, but it was, it's just nothing big. They were little, there's some largemouth bass, nothing big, nothing huge, And
I know you've
I
been.
caught a big peacock bass a
Yeah,
few
you
days
sent a
ago.
picture of that to me. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
that
nice
was a
looking
big
fish.
boy, and he scared me actually because he exploded on the lure like a snook would do in salt water.
Oh,
It was
really?
crazy. Yeah, it's just like whoa. It was fun because I was doing a top water lure. But anyway,
Uh,
back to the Miami Dolphins. I just want to hook the Buffalo Bills, bring them down a rung, because then it'll really be like we got a really nice lead on them, even though it's early in the season. But we'd be 2 games ahead plus the tiebreaker. If you lose this, you're basically, Bills division again. They're the division leaders because then they will have the tiebreaker. But if you win this, they got 2 games in the loss column. We have none. Plus, we would have the one head to head over them, Steve. So it's just like
mm-hmm.
such an important to me, such an important game. And I know, like I said to start the show, it's not over if we lose. There's a lot of football to be played. My only thing is definitely don't go and get blown out where all of our hopes are, and that we just really look down. Let's see. Jason, quick, have it. He's making fun of our Jason Sanders, our Evan on the other network would be loving that. And
Uh,
I have it rough. Win
I
this
I
out.
think this game might be a decision by Jason Sanders. I
Yeah,
really
I
do.
hope not, but hey, you know what? He's gonna make it. I have faith in him. He's gonna make it. As long as it's not 50 and out, he's gonna make it.
Mhm.
Let's get him within that 50-yard range, and I think he's pretty darn good. As much grief as we get him, he is our most accurate kicker in Dolphins
I mean, he
history.
was
So
only 10 for 10 against Denver.
yeah, and I know all extra points, but hey, I
Hey,
will take
it's
like
all right.
extra points. I expect to pro. I know they're harder than they used to be when I was really young. Like extra points were just automatic till they decided to push it back a little bit and make it. That was like Bill Belichick saying, "Oh, we should make it a little more exciting, so it's not such a give me that extra point." So so they pushed it back, and then some people did start missing more extra points, but
Mhm.
you know, I still expect a pro kicker to make an extra point. I just do. As
Absolutely.
long as the snap's good and the hold's good, he
Mhm.
should make an extra point.
Yeah,
They're
for
getting
sure.
paid decent money to kick a ball through the uprights, and an extra point should be made. But anyway, yes, he did with his job and made all 10. I give him credit there. But I want to see when the game's on the line, 47-yard field goal as time expires. You win, it's in, and we win. Missed it, and it goes to overtime. I don't want to say lose. I want to still a good chance to have something. Hey, I know it's tough though, Cardfin, but I do believe that Jason Sanders overall is a solid kicker. He does have some issues that he needs to clean up. I wish they had brought some competition in for him just
Yeah.
to get those competitive juices going. But obviously, they like what they see. They haven't brought in a kicker at any point to challenge him. Wow, that is awesome, Kelly. I'm at a pub in London watching the Jags game, getting heckled for being in a chat during a game. That is funny, Kelly. I forgot about the Jags. That's right, they're playing all right. I forgot all about that stuff,
So
man. I
you are
forgot. Those London think I know. And what time's the Dolphins game again in Germany when we play? Do you even know what time of day we're playing? I don't even.
it's probably going to be in the morning here in the
I don't even know.
stateside.
I didn't even think about that, man. I forget about those time differences.
Yeah. It's like 7
So
hours difference, I believe,
yeah, could
right?
be said. Hey, that that's great weather, man. The Dolphins cannot complain about the weather. So there's just no Buffalo Bill fans, Michael K, coming down here complaining about the South Florida heat. Like, oh, they're hot. Can't believe it's so hot in South Florida. Hello, I live here every day. I could have told you that it is hot. I mean, and I know people will complain. Yeah, I know, Kelly. That's what they say. The NFL is huge over there. I just don't know if they ever put a team permanently over there because of all the travel restrictions and all that kind of stuff on the time difference. But Jacksonville goes over there so often; they're kind of like the home team over there. So oh, let's see, let's see what she's saying. Maybe one or two difference in London, I think. So I don't know, man. 9:30 our time. Oh, all right. Thank you. But I don't know, man. It's just crazy, Steve, that we are up there. We're confident. We're 3-0. We're going up there, and I just feel like we can win. If we go to 4-0, I don't see any reason we don't get to 6-0. That's being a cocky Dolphin fan, which I'm far from normally. So it'd be nice because then, though, the seventh game's against the Eagles. That's going to be another really big challenge game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you, Scotty. Scotty's like 9:30 England game, like the England game. Thank you, Scotty. I didn't even think about it all. Yeah, I knew we played them and the date and everything, but then I'm like, man, I don't even know what time the game is. I didn't even look at the time. I just take it for granted. But hey, we did do well. But anyway, this week we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon here, Steve. But my prediction is that the Dolphins eke out a win, like a 31-28. I do think it has to be a higher scoring game because I know Buffalo can put points on the board, and I feel like the Dolphins are going to have to put points on the board. And I'm going, like you say, I'm flipping the script because last year they beat us by 3 points each time. I'm giving the Dolphins a 3-point victory today, and I'm saying Dolphins 31, Bills 28. Where's like your score range in, Steve? You don't have to be real specific, but like
30-27.
oh wow, me and you
Miami.
are we're both in
Mm-hmm.
that same neighborhood, man.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I know that's another weird time I saw the Black Friday game. That one I remember it for whatever reason, but the other one I didn't.
Wow. Card Fins 6-8. Look at his score.
Oh my.
Their
Hey,
score.
I would take it. I would take it, man. I
35-34.
might have a heart attack at the end of the game, but I'd take it. That ain't
Wow.
cocky story.
That's gonna
60
be a
ships
nail
out. We
biter.
deserve it. Yes. Yes, you do. We do, new thing. Oh, okay. 3 p.m. I was thinking of some weird time too, but yeah, 3 p.m. is a weird time too. That is
Mm-hmm.
weird. That's not a Black Friday. And that's gonna be weird because they have college games. It's the first ever NFL game on a Black Friday. Yes, card fins. Any win is a good win. Just get that W. And like I say, Steve, it's not the D stop. He's saying that the D stopped Bill, and there's a lower scoring game. Eric says
Mm.
24-14.
All right. That would be nice too.
So Kelly, do you get to watch the Dolphin games over there live, or because I don't even know, or do you just find out later? So that's cool. Bills by oh, of course that's fine. That's fine, Michael K. You know, it wouldn't be you, Michael K. If you predicted the Dolphins to win. So that's fine. I hope not by 9 because that would be kind of a that's a two-score game. So I hope that the Dolphins play better than that. I just really believe. Me too, no, Kelly. She said, "I hope you're all right as long as we win." So I just wonder if they
Absolutely.
get to see how that goes over there. Hey, good morning, Anthony. Oh wow, Anthony has another. You guys all have some high scoring games. He's
Wow.
really high scoring. That'd be like a slugfest. 47-42, man. That'd be like a college game. Man, there was a good college game on last night, and I don't even know who won. LSU and Ole Miss. They were both putting up a lot of points, and then my son came out and said, "Oh, let's watch a movie." So I stopped watching, but I'm gonna go look that score up. But that game was high scoring.
So was
And
that
then
Colorado game, Colorado and USC
oh
game.
yeah, Colorado, yeah,
Yeah.
USC won, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
a very high scoring game
Mm-hmm.
too, man.
Both
Oh,
quarterbacks played great too.
Ole
Caleb.
Miss ended up winning. Wow, they were down when they were like kept on being one touchdown down
Oh wow.
and an extra point. They were down. They kept on being down by 8 because they weren't going for 2 yet to play for points. So that's crazy. So I
Hmm.
guess they finally caught up and went. Both teams were just moving up the ball down the field. It was crazy. Oh man, I can't believe Ole Miss won. All right, that's cool. Actually, that's cool. Because I had no rooting interest, don't know anyone at any of the schools, but Ole Miss, it's more fun to see them win. LSU's won a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. But anyway, back to the Dolphins, Steve. So we both made our predictions.
Absolutely.
You and I are very close within
Yeah.
our predictions, like we were a couple weeks ago, without talking to each other before, and that's awesome. Let's see. Yes, I lost live, only chosen one game early and then one late game. I'm thrilled that the Finns are the early game today. All right, cool. So that's cool. Do you guys have like a package? You can see whatever team they have. That's crazy. Here we go. 31-16 was my prediction after watching the Bills Commanders game. If Connor is out, that changes things. Okay, 31. Hooked up Joe comes in at 31-16 Dolphins. But if Connor's out, that changes things. So hopefully, I know that is crazy. Clemson and LSU are out of the championship already. It's crazy. And Clemson, they battled Clemson. Almost had Florida State. My neighbors are diehard Florida State fans because that's where both of my son went to UF, so that's why I kind of root for the Gators. But they just went all diehard. So they're FSU fans, and they was like, oh, I could hear them because they were watching the game on their patio, and I could hear like every sound. I was watching the game, so I knew what they were oohing and awing about. But that game, Clemson almost beat FSU. Let's see if this isn't good for Johnson knocked it from Ole Miss. He goes off on Sunday falling.
No, that's true.
Oh yeah, it's true. No, yeah, it's true that he's about. It's not true. I'm sure there's no stat proving that. Let's see. Oh man, because hey, anyway, Steve, this has been fun. I'm looking at the Dolphins game today. It's going to be fun. I love it. Our Dolphins are 3-0. No matter what happens, we're still in contention. But I just feel like this is the big boy separate contenders from pretenders stage one. Doesn't mean we're a pretender if we lose today. But
Right.
if we win, we're definitely going to be mentioned in the top breath of all the teams in the NFL. And
Hmm.
I like that. It's been a long time that the Dolphins get talked about in a positive light because normally when the Dolphins talked about in the national spotlight, see there's some coach has been fired, some coach has been hired, or some scandal. It's nice to be talked in the national spotlight about the Dolphins actually
Yes, it
winning some
is.
football games and innovative Mike McDaniel. And you know what's funny on a real off topic? That I heard these guys on national radio, and they were saying, "Oh, the NFL should probably look into changing the rules because the Dolphins are playing like it's rugby or Canadian football, and they got all this." I'm like, "Oh, because the Dolphins are doing it, because these are national. They weren't my local. That gives us the homer feel." I'm like, "Get out of here! Change the rules." Just like if it's within the rules, it's within the rules. But they were saying, "Oh, it's too much like rugby and Canadian football. What the Dolphins do, all this motion. That's not what." I go, well, McDaniel figured it out. He's playing within the rules, man. You can't change the rules just because a team found out a way to move within the rules,
And
you
it's
know?
funny. It's funny that Kyle Shanahan is using his new schemes that he's created.
I know, and
He's
he's supposed
actually
to be the
using.
mentor, and he's stealing from
Yeah.
the he admitted. He goes, "Oh, I'm stealing stuff from Mike,"
Yeah.
you know? So he's, everyone's watching. A whole bunch of teams are going to steal.
Absolutely.
Uh, that's right, Card fan. That is the last time that we won up there, 2016. That was Adam Gase's first year
Hmm.
in the league, and that's the last time that this isn't going to be a relaxing one, that's for sure. 34-24. I would take that. That's kind of relaxing to me. That's
Yeah. 34,
special teams
24.
can. Hey, I would love if special teams contributes and not in a bad way. It contributes to the win. Last week they contributed in giving up 7 points. This week I hope they contribute in a positive light. And from now on, Sanders, if you can do it, just kick the ball out in the end zone, man. I don't know why. The whole game he had been booming the ball out of the end zone. They decided to get cute there. Some people are like, oh, they just wanted mercy and mercy on the Broncos, give them a chance to make a play. I don't think so. It's the NFL, but it's all good, Steve. And Steve, thank you so much for joining us as always. It's,
Oh,
I
you're
just looked at
quite
the time.
welcome.
We're getting close to the end. We can go a few more minutes, but I just happened to look at
Sure.
the end here. Hey, that's it. I want maybe X gets a pick. I would love it. X needs to step up. He's struggling.
He
He has
does.
the one interception this year, but he's had some. The only time I really find he struggle is when we give the quarterback too much time and the quarterback breaks out and starts rolling around. Then, like, Xavier's he's lost a step in keeping up the receiver going
Yeah.
across the field at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I believe he has. He's definitely lost a step.
Yeah, but I'm hoping Ramsey hasn't lost a step. People were saying he had lost a step when we signed him, and now he's going to be injured. So who know what Ramsey we're getting? I would like to
Mhm.
see Cam Smith start getting some action, but Fangio obviously doesn't trust him yet because every time they
Mhm.
ask him, he's like, "Well, he's a work in progress. He's a work in progress." That's all the answer. I've heard that same answer on Cam Smith for a long time, but they do have a lot of confidence in Cater Kohu.
Oh,
They did
Cater
not.
Kohu's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah, so them they have. Eli Apple's not, they actually benched him during the game,
Mhm.
and so we will see, man. We just got to keep. Bethel's been playing better
Bethel
lately.
stepped up big time, and he's a
Yeah,
veteran. He's the oldest
I
player
know,
on
which
our
is fine.
Dolphins team.
Get Eli
So
Apple out there. He's yeah, out of there. Yeah, no, I agree. They got him out of there that last game. He's just struggling. I mean, he's a veteran, so he's going to get some playing time, but yeah, he's struggling, and teams are going to look for him. But unfortunately, they're no longer afraid of X. They would look for X too,
yeah.
because it used to be for a couple of years there when X started getting those interceptions in a couple of seasons. They're like, oh, don't even throw towards him. But now teams are throwing towards him. He's definitely not what he said. He's saying let Cam Smith learn and grow. I
Yeah,
agree,
but
but sometimes.
I don't think this is the game to let Cam Smith learn and grow though.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but I don't. The Bills do scare me though, in that they do have some good weapons. Like Knox guy, he does kill the Dolphins for whatever reason. I don't know
Kincaid,
what.
they got Kincaid, they
Yeah, and
got
they got Kincaid
Gabe
now, and
Davis,
yeah,
Stephon Diggs,
and of
and
course
then
they got Diggs.
you got Cook back there, and all three of their running backs are very diverse running backs. They've got different skill sets, and they utilize those, the three backs. So
Yeah,
they're pretty good as well. So it's
and
gonna
then they
be a
got the guy
challenge.
that the Dolphins had last year as their basically third receiver, Trench Surf, however you say his name,
Yeah, Trent Sherfield. They've been
Surfield.
giving him more reps the
Yeah,
last
so
game.
I always hate
So
when ex-Dolphins come against us. It says I know some of that's from the past, but it's just like, man, I hate it when they come and they do well because you can see New Englanders trying to get Gesicki a lot of passes against us and Devontae Parker. So they're gonna probably try to get, Trent Sherfield some action. He dropped the key pass last year though in that game for us. So maybe he can have a drop. Maybe he can return a favor and drop a touchdown today.
that's a good point that Michael K made, Rob. Put Cam Smith in today, it will ruin him for his career. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Hey,
I have to agree with that, my friend.
Kincaid hasn't been a factor yet, but I know he's a good
Right.
player, man. I know my other co-host Justin loves some Dalton Kincaid. That was like his top-rated tight end. He would have loved for the Dolphins to got Kincaid. That was his guy, but the Dolphins didn't have a first-round pick, so that's a whole other story. But anyway, Steve, we both have the Dolphins winning. Both have
Yes,
them winning by a field goal. Very close to scores predicted together. I'm 31-28. You said 30-27, I believe.
that's
And
correct.
so we're both within points of each other on either end.
Hmm.
Hey, I would love it if either way, 1 point, 10 points, 100 points, just come back with a victory, Miami. Just come back with a victory. And if not,
Absolutely.
I will still be here, Michael K, and you can come brag. I may do a post game tonight. Definitely be on here at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm not going to run and hide no matter the result. It'll be a lot more fun, I admit, if the Dolphins win, of course. There's going to be a lot more happy smiles, fins up, thumbs up, and all that good stuff. But we will talk. Steve, you and I will break it down win, lose, or draw. So,
Absolutely. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world if we lose, but it would be everything if we win. It would be a statement game, as we have said.
yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It is definitely a statement game. And it's not necessarily a statement game if we lose because we can still compete, but it will, I admit, it's going to be a little bit of a downer for me if we don't go up there and win. And if it was just the Jets, I wouldn't even be saying that because I would feel like, okay, we've beaten the Jets before, but the Bills, I just feel like we got to get off that monkey off our back. We finally
Mhm.
got the monkey off our back last year and beat them down here.
Right.
you know. But now it's time to get that monkey off our back and go up there and get the big W and come back to South Florida 4-0. I just feel like if anyone other than the Bills, I'm not going to say week 4 is a must-win statement game, but it just feels like a game that the Dolphins really need to show the NFL, hey, they are for real. They've beaten the bully in the division because Buffalo, Michael K is going to love to hear this, has owned the division since 2020, ever since
Hmm.
Brady's been gone.
Yep.
The Bills have been the big boy in the division. So it's time for the Dolphins to become the big brother. Go smack the big brother and say, "Hey, big brother, we're the new control of the room," and that's it. Oh,
I
another
agree.
face. Yeah,
I agree with
um,
Michael K there. No injuries, and I agree, brother. No injuries on both sides of the ball for sure.
yeah. That's what I hope, man. That's what I
Yeah.
all. That's what I always hope. That's why Michael K is classy. He does keep it like that. We always do. And I don't want to any. As much as I hated Tom Brady dominating our division for years, I never wanted to see him hurt. So I don't want to see any Bills hurt. And was this Hope Hamlin? He does okay and be safe out there. Although Allen hasn't run much this year, keeping him contained against us should be a priority. Yes, he's hurt us. Me, yes, we did mention, and thank you from joining from Facebook. Make sure you bop that thumbs up. I like to call fins up over there, but thank you very much. Trying to build that Facebook following too, as I'm trying to do here on YouTube. And I'm just here for fun. I'm here to talk Miami Dolphins football with Steve and anyone that ever wants to come in. That's how we roll here. Although
And
Allen
please,
is, but oh yes, I agree. We did mention that. We both mentioned that to start this show. We're almost at the end, John. But yes, Allen has killed us with his legs as much as he has running. I mean, passing over the years. Because so many times you think you have him contained, and he just breaks out and picks up a first down to keep a drive alive. And those are heartbreakers.
and please,
You are
everybody
right,
that's in
Allen.
the comment section, please go ahead and hit that like button. Appreciate it. Let's get Rob Dolphin Thirsty up to 500. We're close, so we appreciate it. Also, don't forget, if you're brand new to the show, hit that subscribe button and share with your friends, your families, and your neighbors. And remember, this is free. It's free. You're helping the show, and it's free. So appreciate it.
Yeah. And guys, if you are going to buy my Miami Dolphins gear on Fanatics, you can hit the link in mine. It's just an affiliate link that also helps the show. And you save your same money, use any discounts you have with Fanatics. But if you buy through my link, anything, even if it's not like what you like in the link, what it leads to, but you purchase anything on Fanatics during the visit after hitting the link, it goes to their safe and secure website. It helps me. And if you're a big fan of coffee, and my wife loves their coffee, it's Blackout Coffee. Use the discount code Thirsty, and there's also a link in the description as well. So discount if you use the discount or promo code Thirsty, you'll get a 20% discount. But Steve, the Dolphins going up there, a lot of people are like saying it's more or less like a statement game. Eric says a win would be good, but if we beat them convincingly, it'd be great. Yes, I agree. If we go up there and smack them down, then it's really great. Then I'm going to be on the cloud nine, and I'm going to be that Dolphin fan that drives Michael K crazy, like being over cocky, because I'm far
Mhm.
from that right now, because I'm always waiting for that other shoe to drop. But I'd be up there in the Miss Fins of the world and whatever. She's great, but she was telling her and Michael K were having fun this week on their show together. And he was saying, "You Dolphin fans are crazy." Because she was saying that they were going to score, I think, 40 something points or something. I
Well, I
forget
think
what she
I
said.
think Bobby from the Finch Talk Sports Network had Miami scoring 45 points.
Oh, wow. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like that. What's funny, I missed him go against Shake Money. I should go find that because he had said he was going to get Shake Money going, and I forgot all about that show that night. I forget what night it was. It was the day he joined my show in the morning, and he said he was going to go get Michael. It was the day I had Pam on the show. So
Mhm.
he was saying that, he was going to go have Shake Money shaken, but I forgot to watch that show. But anyway, guys, fins up. Thank you so much. Like Steve says, if you're in here and you liked what we saw, and if we earned it, tackle that subscribe. Do an AJ Dewey for your old time folks, or for the newer ones, do a Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas, tackle on that subscribe button. throw a laser Dan Marino pass or Tua pass at that like button, and you guys rock. It's all great, Steve. It's been a fun show, Steve. It's time to wrap up. We both have the Dolphins winning. Thank you for everyone that joined from Facebook as well. I sometimes forget to give you guys the kudos because YouTube pops up, but Facebook's popping up today. So it's awesome seeing some Dolphin fans come in from the Facebook side. Fins up, cards, fins. Steve, any final thoughts before I give you your closeout line of, your Dolphins #1? So any closing thoughts, and then it's ready to go.
Yeah, and I think a win is a win, no matter how we do it. That's all that counts is that we're in that we're ahead in the winning score box up there. And let's come out of here injury free on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, injury free. That's the main thing. Like Michael K. I hate to agree with a Bills fan, but he said it well. Let's stay injury free. So let's go, Steve. Let's get out of here. And guys, if you still want more Dolphin talk, there's a show going on live right now on the Fins Talk Sports Network. You can go tell them Dolphin Thirsty sent you over there, and they'll love it. So fins up, Steve. Let's close this sucker out.
All right, folks. Remember, Dolphins #1,
baby. Dolphins number one.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty.